Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. If you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand. Kareem.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
I am guessing that we're gonna get Tasha back.
Yeah, apparently she's told the world that.
That's what it seems like.
Better her to announce it, then she can't take it back now. So
I'm guessing this week of practice went well for her.
yeah, and each day we ramped up a little bit more. She did almost all of practice today, so it's been better every day.
Does that send Leia back to the reserves? Leilani?
She's not playing this weekend anyway.
Oh yeah, she's gone. Oh,
yeah.
Completely forgot. Sorry, my bad.
And I'm not telling you guys yet who we're starting. So
okay, well, we'll come to back that on Saturday.
Yep.
Can you just, we know Tosh very well, but can you kind of sum up, some of the underrated things that she brings to the floor that maybe we don't talk about as much that you guys miss when she's out?
Well, I think the fact that just on the offensive end, our pace of the game picks up because she pushes the ball so hard up the court in transition. We get out and run a little bit better. She throws it ahead and gets us, early post ups for Tina or early pick and rolls. I think the pace of the game changes when she's in the game. On the defensive end, it gives us a bigger defender on other teams' wing players and guards. We can do a little bit more switching. We can, match up, with her and Ariel. Now we can play with our defensive matchups a little bit more. When we start a little bit smaller, it kind of, dictates a little bit more who we have to match up with. And when Tasha's in the lineup, we can be a lot more flexible. I think those are the two things that jump out the most at us. And then it gives you a guard who rebounds a little bit more. I mean, she's among the leaders in the league in assist to turnover ratio. It's almost 3-1. It's like 2.7 or 8-1. I mean, that's a huge, thing to have on your team.
And just one last thing from me. I'm sure today you guys started a little bit more prep specifically for Chicago. Just a few key things that you guys have got to take care of to, to break this streak.
I mean, I think when we didn't spend a ton of time on Chicago as far as actual plays, but we talked about conceptually what we need to do. When we played them opening game, I mean, we were still kind of a mess. Not that we aren't occasionally lately, but we didn't, Sydney had just gotten there the day before or 2 days before, hadn't practiced really with us. We were so bad in that game in defensive transition. They got fast break points against us by getting out early and running. I thought our transition defense was probably as bad as it's been all season in that opening game. And so I think that's a big focus for us is, you can't let their wing players like Copper and DeShields and those kind of players get out and run against us. We're going to have to make them play in the half court defensively. And I thought once we did that, particularly in the second half against them, we did a really good job. We were terrible scoring the ball. I think we shot 25% for the game. I don't know if we've ever shot that poorly against anybody, but we were bad in that game from start to finish shooting the ball. We had maybe one little run early in the third quarter that, we looked like ourselves, but defensively, I thought we did a good job in the second half because we kept them out of just an up and down game. And I think that's probably the very first key on our list. Offensively, we just got to do a better job of spacing and moving the ball and getting the shots that we want and then knocking those down. I mean, nobody on our team except Erica McCall, if I recall, had a good game in that game offensively. And so we can just be so much better than we were offensively against them early in the season.
Cool. Thanks, Mike.
Jen.
Hey, Coach. If I have my days right, is today the day that you had to decide whether to re-sign Shatori and Megan?
Yeah, we just put it on social media earlier this morning, but we did re-sign both of them to 7-day contracts today.
And so that takes you to a few days after the break, right?
Yes, correct.
Great.
Correct.
Do you guys have you guys nailed down a little bit more of the plan for what you want the break to look like as far as when you'll be off and how you'll ramp back up?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we're going to give our players off until they're going to be back on the court doing individual work and some group work on the 26th. So they're basically going to get 16 days off. I think they have to test 1 or 2 days when they come back. So we'll be doing that. And then that middle week of all of the 5 weeks will be kind of individual work, and they can play pickup, and we'll do some team stuff. And then the last 2 weeks will be more like a training camp situation. And hopefully we'll have guys to practice against during that time period. So it'll look more like a training camp situation the last 2 weeks.
And so for the, however much of that training camp that the Olympians are going to miss before they're back, are you hoping they stay plugged in with you at all, or are you telling them, look, go focus on your national team and we'll get you back up to speed when you're back?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about them plugging in with us so much. For one thing, we're on opposite sides of the world in a time zone situation. So middle of the night for them will be middle of the day for us. So I'm hoping they sleep and do what they're supposed to do for their rest over there. And then when they get back, we're going to try to give them, a couple days to get caught up and sleep and everything else. And we're going to go to Vegas 2 days ahead of the game. So hopefully they can get caught up maybe the last 3 or 4 days before we play a game. But they will be in shape. They will have been playing. I'm not concerned about that. We'll need those, few days to go through with them, anything new we put in. And if we have new plays and stuff, we'll send those to them, give them some video to watch maybe on their way home from Tokyo. But I'm not going to spend much time worrying about them keeping up with us. Let them go enjoy the Olympic experience and do what they need to do for that.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
Christy?
Hey, Coach. My question was going to be about the 7-day re-ups for Shatori and Megan. And how does that work? Like, what are the, particulars about how that extends because of the break?
The break is kind of even if you're practicing, they don't count against the 7 days. So the rest of this week counts, and the first few days that we start playing games counts. So I don't remember the exact date, but I don't think they have to sign another 7-day until, I don't know, August 16th, 17th, somewhere in there, 18th. I don't remember the exact date, but it's a few days into the return to play. So the practice days during the break don't count against the 7-day.
Understood. And I heard you talking about the fast break points being a point of emphasis that Chicago had the last time you guys played. What things on the offensive side do you want to see better? I know you said also that you did not shoot the ball well, but what have you been kind of honing in on as you approach the game on Saturday on the offensive side?
Spacing is one thing. The other is mixing between, getting our guards some shots on the move, coming off screens versus, straight post ups for Tina versus pick and roll situations and some misdirection type of things that, we've been trying to get better at. We just haven't had many practice days to break it down. This was a good couple days to just break down parts of our offense into, 2, 3, and 4-man situations. Couldn't do many 5-man situations. We didn't have enough people, but
Right.
But just to break some things down, to get some reps at things we haven't been able to do for almost a month.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yep.
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
Bet. Thanks.
Been hiding.
Listen, I've been here. I've been here just in the training room.
So we just don't get to see the work, huh?
Listen, you don't get to see the work, but we back. So you're seeing it now.
Good. Glad to see you back. Glad to hear you're healthy. That's the first question. How you feeling? You close to 100%, or are you like close enough?
We're close enough. we're close enough where I tried to go this past game, but with my Achilles flaring up, it just wasn't worth the risk. So taking an extra week in between this game has been really good for me, just to get everything kind of calmed down and ready for our game on Saturday.
So has the Achilles been part of it the whole time?
No, it's just from overcompensating. So I really twisted my ankle really bad, sprained it on both sides of my ankle. So that's where this has taken a little bit longer for me to get back, is just because I did have a sprain on both sides. And then the Achilles came in because I was overcompensating because of those 2 sprains. Just in like everyday walking, I was overcompensating. So we finally got that to calm down. And I've been able to go the last 3 days of practice, which has been good for me.
Cool. That makes sense. Happens with a lot of injuries like that,
Yeah.
start favoring something else.
Absolutely.
Is it weird to come back for one game and then all of a sudden have this long break? How do you approach that part?
It's definitely weird. Obviously I didn't want to be out this long. I really did try to go back in that the Indiana game, but it just didn't pan out. So it's definitely a weird situation, but it's a really good situation. We haven't gotten as many wins in this stretch of me being out as we would have liked to, but we've battled. Everyone's gotten better. This week off has given us a chance to kind of just dial back and fix some things that we've been needing to fix and to feel confident going into Saturday. So while it's weird, it's really good. So I'll play this Saturday and then I'll have the Olympic break to really just heal up and be 100% for the time that we do come back for the second half of the season.
That was going to be my next question. So after Saturday, do you kind of basically go back into rest mode or do you still kind of do some individual work, just considering you've just been out so long already?
Yeah, so it's going to be just a trial and error. We're going to see how Saturday goes for me. But I need rest. I still have a sprained ankle on both sides. I'm not at that 100%. So rest, but still being productive during that rest and making sure that I'm doing, what I need to do to make sure this ankle is strong and healthy for when we do get back.
Cool. And just one last thing from me. I'm curious, what did you take from the time being out? We all watch you. You didn't sit down the entire time in any of those games. So you're
It
clearly
really made me tape
involved.
for the game still. They were like, you're not going out there. We know you got to tape for these games still. But it was good. It was really good for me to sit back and watch. Obviously, I'm the point guard on the court and the vocal leader of this team. So to be able to sit back and really like digest, okay, this is where we need to be better. This is where I can be better for us. Being able to, tell teammates here and there, like, okay, we can be better in these areas. It was really good for me to just sit back and see from a coaching standpoint of things that we need to fix to get better at, because there's always that next level that we can get to.
Okay, I lied. Follow on that one. Just what are the things that you noticed specifically?
Defense. We got to take pride in our defense first and foremost, and our defense will create our offense. Offensively, we need more fluidity. We can't depend on Tina to take every possession every single night. Everyone has to be included in our offensive sets and doing their part in offense. That comes with us being spaced and being spread and giving us, driving lanes to get to, because when we can get 2 feet in the paint, we're a really good team. Because we have guards that are able to find open shooters or open post players. Our posts are really good passers as well. So definitely our spacing, our fluidity, not coming down and passing and shooting off that initial pass, really making teams work side to side on the defensive end. And then again, our defense, we got to get up, we got to pressure people, we got to make people uncomfortable and get back to that of that being our identity.
Cool. That's perfect. Good to have you back. I'll shut up now.
Thank you, Kareem.
Oh, Grady.
Hey Tosh, good to see
What up,
you.
Grady?
Good to see you. Question, do you have any idea about how many minutes you might play at all, or it's just like you're just gonna have to see how you feel?
We going to win. So if that
Okay.
means I play 40 minutes, then I'm going to play 40 minutes. Y'all know I'm from Philly, so we're going to push through this thing.
Now, Kareem kind of talked about you having, that's those 16 days of kind of a break. Do you have any like specific plan on what you're going to do? Are you going to take a lot of time to rest?
Yeah, I'm going to take time to rest, but I'm still going to be in the gym. My wife is still playing right now, so it gives me time to go see her play and support her. And, I have trainers out in Florida from her family being out there. I have trainers back at home in Philly. I'll go see my parents for a little bit because I haven't been able to get home as much. And then my trainer, James Clark, is actually out in LA right now and kind of running Sports Academy. So I'll probably go out there for a few days just to get back with him and work on some things that I just need to be better at.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks, Grady.
Jen.
Hey Tosh, good to see
What's
you.
up, Jen?
Kareem and Grady kind of covered, your injury and comeback. So I've got a couple of quick hitters on your teammates, if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
I'll start with Tina because, I'm thinking back to in 2019 when you helped Elena put up some
I'm
unprecedented.
a campaign manager again. I'm a
Yeah.
campaign manager.
Yeah. So what's it been like for you seeing Tina, on track to make WNBA history, and what's impressed you the most about what she's been doing?
Just her ability to show up every day and produce, whether she's feeling good or whether she's not. She comes in and she's the consistency that we need every single night. Unfortunately, we're not getting as many wins as we need to, but again, that comes with us, just being that 1% better on the offensive end and other people stepping up and taking on who we are, and just being confident in our shots. So, Tina has been, what she's done in this first half of the season is unbelievable. And so she should be the front runner for an MVP candidate. I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my words.
Any sweatshirt? Are you going to make a sweatshirt again?
It's been hot in DC. I need a t-shirt or a cutoff because this has been ridiculous over here.
And then Shatori told us that you were the first one to loudly welcome her back to the
Oh,
Mystics.
absolutely.
So just curious, what you've seen from her over the past week, are there places where you've seen that she's gotten better since she was last with you guys? What have you seen there?
Her growth. Sorry, is this blocking me? Hold on, I got y'all close. I do like IT stuff too, if y'all need me. No, her growth. I think Tori has been in like a pretty hard situation over this, last year of, being traded, going to a team, being cut, then kind of being in no man's land, and then being brought back to the team that she was drafted to. So I've seen a lot of growth from her maturity level, her professional level. She came right in and it was like she never left. So that was calming for us as well, because we know how much we need Tori right now, especially with having bodies out, and what she can bring to our team. So the fact that she came into her first game and it was like she never left, she never missed a beat. I was just like, welcome the F back, Tori, because you are doing the damn thing. So it's been really cool to see just her growth as she continues to push through her career.
And then last one from me, I know, Tori and yourself included, there are a lot of fun people on the Mystics, but curious, what makes Shavante special? And
that's my dog.
I know you've got a good Shavante story for me. So
that's my dog. But, Z is such a genuine person. And I think it speaks volumes for, what she's been through in her career to remain that genuine person that will be your vet, that will be your leader, that will be someone that kind of put their arm around you and guide you. But she just brightens up the room. Whatever room she walks in, you immediately start smiling, you immediately start laughing. She's always being goofy. She's always making sure everyone feels included. So Z is really a special person, not only for our team, but for our locker room.
You got a fun scoop. Did she disappear? Where'd she go?
Christy?
Is she still there?
What happened? I think
she's
something
gone.
happened. Hold on. Give me one moment.
You chased her off, Jen?
It's always me. Remember last year, earlier in the season, she ran away from me too.
That's what I'm saying. You keep asking all the hard hitters.
Sorry,
chasing them away.
Go last so that she leaves and we're done.
Right when you're about to get your Shavante story also.
Right.
How are y'all doing anyway? While we're waiting. What's going on, y'all?
Everything's cool. Like she said, it's been hot.
I see. Yeah.
Hey everyone. So technical difficulties. We're just gonna finish through audio if that's okay.
Oh, that's fine. She's,
Okay.
Listen, clearly I'm not the IT person because the whole system just shut down on me. Okay. Don't hire me. Don't hire me.
it's all good. I guess go ahead and finish what you were saying about the Shavante story, and then I'll go.
Yeah, I mean, I think the funniest story of me and Z so far is actually our game. I think it was Phoenix, where I came down and I tripped over my own foot and I took Shavante out with me. And I was like looking back at her like, my bad, gang. Like, that's so my bad. But after the game, she came up to me in the locker room. She was like, Tosh, what the hell happened? I said, man, that half court line is something serious, okay?
Popped up on you.
Yeah, hopped up on me real quick, but
All good. Are there any more? Because I don't want to like let Jen not have another great story. That's like the top one? So
yeah, I got some PG
Okay.
stories that they're gonna stay in the box.
yeah, that's just fine too. I love it. Well, first of all, welcome back, Tosh. And
Thank
I
you.
know just your what'd you say, honey?
I said thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Just your overall energy, like Kareem was saying, like you never sat down on the bench, and what you said about taking pride on the defensive end with the Chicago game coming up on Saturday. What specifically do you want to see from the team defensively against the Sky?
Pressure. I want us to dictate how they play, not them dictate us the other way around. So if we can get up, we can pressure, we can disrupt, we can take their main players out in Kalia Copper and make things hard for Sloot and Quig and Diamond. We'll be really good, as well as Candace. Like they're playing really well right now, with Candace back in and with Ka being an all-star, which I'm really proud of her too, being a Philly native as well, and starting with us here in DC. But they're working on all cylinders right now, so we need to be able to disrupt them. But we're just as good on the offensive end. We need to be able to push it back at them and really test their defense, because I think they're a very good pressure initially team, but I don't think they're the best defensive team. And I think we can, pick apart a little bit with how many weapons we have on the offensive end.
Exactly. And Coach T was saying that, that game that you played against Chicago earlier in the season, you didn't shoot the ball particularly well as a team, and spacing has been a key this week. What has looked good on the offensive end with regards to the spacing on the offensive side?
Our creativity. We're not acting like robots anymore, just going through the motions of our plays. I think being able to just kind of break things down, go 3-on-3, 4-on-4, and then 5-on-5, and really just see our spacing, being able to be on the court, see the spacing, and then to go to our video on the side and actually like see us playing, has been really good for us this week to just really get our creativity and see where there's open spots, where we can get teammates open, where we can put teammates in successful situations. And so this week has been really good to just get back to basics, whether it's defense, offense, or just really being like, okay, what is Tosh good at? So how do we put her in the successful situation? How do we make things a little bit easier for Ariel Atkins to score, so she's not having to break down people one-on-one so much? How can we get Teresa Blazance an open three? Like, being able to sit down and really just go through those things has been great for us this week.
I love that. I mean, you already know Shatori. This is my last one. You already know Shatori and her sweet spots where she can be successful for the team. But what have you seen from Megan Gustafson over the last couple of days, just being new to playing with her because you were out when she was initially brought to the team?
Yeah, Meg is great. She came back and she came back hungry. She came back in a really, really great shape. She is a old school big, back to the basket, but can stretch out the floor a little bit. So she gives us that versatility, because everyone knows we like to play an open and spaced offense, but to have that back to the basket big, it makes teams play honest. It allows us to get more open shooters, and she can pass out of her post up, which is, again, such an advantage to us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tosh.
Thank y'all.
That's it for today. We'll send out an advisory for tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.